and Vugu Nayosi, Black Revolutionary now. Just wanted to bring you this video on our brother, Captain Ibrahim Traoré from Burkina Faso, where he's exposing France specifically of using African countries to create terrorists to go and destabilize other African countries who is breaking away from the West. Specifically, France is using Benin. The country Benin is located in West Africa, just above the Sahel area. It's right next to Togo and it's borderline Burkina Faso from the south. So he came across, of course, like evidence where he is basically like telling his people France is using Benin as a base to train terrorists to go and attack other African countries. This is how wicked these people are. And this French, this Macron, wow, it's just amazing. So when we talk about all the things that goes on in Africa to destabilize Africa, this is one of those examples, because we never see the invisible hand. Check out this video and we'll come back and discuss the rest.
President Ibrahim Traoré alleged that France was colluding with neighbors the Ivory Coast and Benin to destabilize Burkina Faso on Thursday, claiming his government has evidence during a public address in Ouagadougou.
I say it, I insist, and I persist. We have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we do have something against those who are currently running Ivory Coast. There is indeed a center of operations in Abidjan to destabilize our country. Nobody can deny that. We will provide the physical evidence in the days to come, and you will understand what we are talking about. Nobody is going to tell us that there are no French bases directed against us. We have the evidence at hand. We have nothing against the people of Benin, but we do have a problem with the policies of Benin's leaders. And we say it loud and clear. There are indeed two bases. Runways have been built at over 3,000 meters. Planes land and terrorists are trained there. We have audio recordings of French agents in Benin playing at the terrorists' centers of operations. We have all the details about them, and you don't want us to tell the people. We will. If they don't agree, they should stop this behavior. We have not forced anyone to become independent. If you decide to stay where you are, don't set up French bases, because it's your people who will suffer. Burkina Faso was at one time a rear base for terrorists, and this is the price we are paying. The people I'm talking about need to talk to their leaders so that they stop this policy, because it doesn't suit them.
Yes, as you can see, this is nothing new under the sun. America, France, and all these other countries, Britain, England, all these colonial countries for decades, for centuries, but particularly decades in Africa and the Caribbean, have been using not only black people to go and unalive black people, but they use all these strategic things to go and destabilize African countries and Caribbean countries. And once you go down the history list of all these coups and all this destruction and violence and terrorists that plague these countries, we understand and we know who is behind all of this. France is just wicked. They have been like that for a very long time, and we wonder why Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger kicked them out of the country. And we understand why that they supposedly was in those countries to fight terrorists for like 10-15 years, and nothing, no results, whatever. As soon as these countries take back ownership of their countries and kick them out, they fight the terrorists and they neutralize the terrorists, and for the most part they get rid of the terrorists in certain parts of their country. Wow. Within months. So we're talking about years. France have a base with all their state-of-the-art equipment and all the planes, whatever, but you can't get rid of certain terrorists who's on the ground, whatever. And you have all this high-tech stuff. So it shows you, man, this is in plain sight. And anyone who have an IQ higher than a shoe size could figure out exactly what's going on. Plain and simple. You could figure out what's going on in 2024. It's not hard to see. The writing is on the wall. Everything is being exposed. And countries like France, specifically, that run the Sahel area in Africa, is being exposed. They have been doing this for a very long time. So when you look at all the assassination and all the coup attempts or coup that play out in those countries successfully, is not controlled by the people who actually want good for their country. Look to see the invisible hand behind it. Look to see. Why is France is not happy, or all these Western countries are not happy for Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso for doing good for one of the people? Why? If you have these people best interests at heart, you should be happy. Oh, you don't want to be happy because they want to be independent and they don't want to be exploited no more. So you unhappy. So you want to cause chaos and you want to cause terrorists in their country and in their countries, and you want to destabilize the country. Oh, I see. We see it in plain sight. All right, this is not back in the days where we don't know. We know exactly what's going on, and that's why we need to call it out. We need to call it out every step of the way, because we black people, we African black people globally, have been taken advantage for way too long. It's about time we step up and do something about it. So salute, black fist salute to Captain Ibrahim Traoré from Burkina Faso. Wow, amazing what he's doing in his country. And black people, listen to me very carefully. Someone once said, once Africa is free, they will extend the resources and everything they have the other black nations, if we understand that on a global scale, we will do better as a people. And Vugu Nayosi, Black Revolutionary Now.